Mastering passive voice. Knowing when to use it. Hello language learners. Today we're going to dive deep into the world of passive voice. Now, we all know that grammar can sometimes be a challenge, but don't worry, we've got your back. In this video, we will specifically focus on distinguishing between appropriate and inappropriate use of passive voice. So, strap in and let's get started. Before we begin to distinguish the uses, let's make sure we understand what the passive voice is. In English, sentences are often in the active voice, where the subject performs the action. For instance, John ate the apple. However, in passive voice, the subject is acted upon. This would turn our previous example into, the apple was eaten by John. It's all about what you want to emphasize. The actor, active, or the action, passive. Knowing when to use passive voice can sometimes be a bit tricky. Generally, it's useful when the action is more important than who or what is performing the action. For example, in a scientific report you might say, the experiment was conducted, focusing on the experiment rather than the experimenter. Passive voice is also handy when the performer is unknown, irrelevant or obvious from the context. However, passive voice can sometimes be misused, leading to confusion or overly complicated sentences. It's often inappropriate when it obscures the meaning or makes the sentence unnecessarily complex. Let's look at an example. It was decided that the policy would be changed. Who decided this? The passive voice here hides important information. In such cases, active voice would be more appropriate. Like, the board decided to change the policy. To help you identify and correct misuse, let's do some exercises together. 1. A great time was had by all. This sentence is grammatically correct, but it sounds awkward. A better version could be, everyone had a great time. 2. My wallet was lost somewhere. Here, the actor or doer of the action is unknown. It might be better to say, I lost my wallet somewhere. 3. The cake must be eaten quickly by us. This sentence sounds formal and a bit clumsy. It can be more naturally expressed as, we must eat the cake quickly. Through practice like this, you can get better at distinguishing appropriate and inappropriate use of passive voice. That wraps up our journey through the land of passive voice today. It can be a tricky aspect of English grammar to navigate, but with these guidelines, we hope you'll feel more confident in distinguishing between appropriate and inappropriate uses. Keep practicing and you'll soon be a master of the passive voice. Remember, the key is to focus on whether the action or the actor is more important. Happy learning, and we'll see you in our next video.